Okay, so this one's about a driver who probably does need an introduction, so here we go. Banned twice in one season, 24 penalty points in 12 rounds. A 3-point turn so catastrophic it got broadcast live for 2 minutes straight. And when I say 3-point turn, I mean 47. Most drivers spend entire careers avoiding this kind of embarrassment, but this guy speedran it in a single year. This is the story of the worst driver to ever sit in a Formula 2 car, and somehow, against all logic, end up testing for 2 Formula 1 teams. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Mahavir Raghunathan. Before we get to the chaos, we need context, because Mahavir didn't just appear out of nowhere. He climbed the motorsport ladder like everyone else. If everyone else was climbing a ladder made of wet noodles. He was born in Chennai, India in 1998. Now he shares a hometown with Karun Chandok, which is where the similarities to actual F1 talent begin and abruptly end. Mahavir started karting at 13. In the world of modern racing, starting at 13 is like deciding you want to be a concert pianist, but you've never seen a keyboard, and you're already in 8th grade. Most future F1 stars are multi-time champions by then. Mahavir was just learning which pedal made the loud noises. But here's the kicker. He didn't stick around in karting to actually, learn how to drive. He spent less than a year in karts before jumping into single-seaters. Karting is where you learn racecraft, how to dive bomb a corner without turning your car into a modern art installation. Mahavir skipped that chapter entirely, presumably because he figured he'd just learn on the job at 150 miles per hour. In 2014, he entered the Italian F4 Championship. To be fair, he finished 12th. In a field where Lance Stroll was busy winning the title, being 12th was the racing equivalent of getting a participant ribbon. Not great, but you're not the kid eating paste in the corner. Then came 2015 and European F3. This is the series that separates the prodigies from the pay drivers. Mahavir entered 33 races. He finished with exactly 0 points. His absolute peak, the highlight of his entire year, was finishing 20th. When your season highlight is a top 20 finish in a race where only 25 people started, you're not exactly knocking on Ferrari's door. After a dead last finish in GP3 in 2016, Mahavir made the bizarre move to Boss GP. For the uninitiated, Boss GP is essentially a high-speed retirement home for old F1 cars, driven mostly by wealthy businessmen who want to feel G-forces on a Sunday. He won a title here in 2017. On paper, it looks impressive. Formula Class champion. In reality, his only serious rival missed 4 rounds of the season. It's like winning a marathon because the only other runner tripped over the starting line and decided to go get a bagel instead. But a trophy is a trophy, and in Mahavir's world, this was all the proof he needed that he was ready for the big leagues. Then, in 2018, he just disappeared. One random Le Mans Cup appearance, and then radio silence. Most people assumed he'd realized that racing cars was hard and had moved on to something safer, like professional gift wrapping. But no, like a final act twist in a horror movie, he re-emerged in 2019 on the Formula 2 grid. No wins, no podiums, and no super license points. Just a dream, a helmet, and presumably a bank account with more zeros than his points tally. In 2019, Mahavir signed with MP Motorsport. To give you an idea of the shark tank he just jumped into, the grid included future F1 drivers like Nick de Vries, Nicholas Latifi, Guan Yu Zhou, Mick Schumacher, and Nikita Mazepin. Most people would be intimidated. Mahavir apparently was just there to make sure the stewards didn't get bored. The season opener in Bahrain set the tone perfectly. Most drivers stop when they see the checkered flag. It's a fairly universal signal. Mahavir, however, decided he wasn't done. He crossed the line, kept his foot pinned, and completed an entire extra lap at full racing speed. The stewards were so baffled they didn't just give him a penalty, they gave him a 10-place grid drop for the next race. He basically got a speeding ticket for a race that had already ended. Then came Azerbaijan. Baku is a tight, unforgiving street circuit. During practice, Mahavir missed his braking point and ended up in the runoff area. Now, most drivers would perform a quick spin or a standard 3-point turn. Mahavir embarked on a journey. He spent nearly 2 minutes trying to find reverse, then forward, then reverse again, performing what looked like a 47-point turn while the global broadcast stayed on him the entire time. The commentators went from confused to amused to genuinely concerned for his well-being. He eventually rejoined the track, but the legend of Lord Mahavir was officially born. By the time the circus reached France, Mahavir was already on thin ice. During the feature race at Paul Ricard, he managed to infringe on virtual safety car procedures. Not once, not twice, 3 times. The stewards handed him 9 penalty points in a single afternoon. Combined with his previous achievements, he hit the 12-point limit and was handed a race ban for the following round in Austria. He had managed to get banned from a professional racing series faster than most people get their first oil change. After serving his ban, Mahavir returned with his penalty points reset to 0, and he immediately started collecting them again like they were Pokemon cards. By the season finale in Abu Dhabi, he reached the 12-point limit again. Under any normal logic, this would mean a second ban. But Mahavir had found the ultimate life hack. Because the final race of the season is the last event on his license, there was technically no next race for him to be banned from. He finished the season with 24 penalty points, double the amount required for a ban, yet he was still on the grid for the final curtain call. He ended the year with exactly 1 point, scored at Monza because half the field crashed out or broke down. It was the most Mahavir way possible to score, by simply being the last man standing in a field of superior drivers who had actually tried to race each other. Bahrain was bad, Baku was worse, but Mahavir was just getting warmed up. See, most drivers go entire careers without accumulating serious penalty points. It's not that hard. Follow the rules. Don't endanger anyone. Basic stuff. Mahavir treated penalty points like a side quest. Monaco, he caused a collision with Jack Aitken. Penalty points. Spa, speeding under yellow flags. Penalty points. Baku again. Failed to stop at the weighbridge. Penalty points. Every weekend, something new. Every round, another entry on the rap sheet. The man was consistent, just not in the way you'd want. But the real masterpiece came at Paul Ricard, June 22nd, 2019. Feature race. Mahavir must have lost a bet, because he seemed determined to break some kind of record. He ignored the virtual safety car procedure. 3 penalty points. Then he did it again. 3 more. Then, and I genuinely don't know how this is possible, he did it a 3rd time. 3 more. 9 penalty points. 1 race. 1 single race. The FIA had seen enough. 12 points means a race ban. Mahavir had crossed that threshold comfortably, so they banned him from the next round in Austria. Most drivers would take the hint, reflect, maybe calm down a bit. Not the Lord. The ban reset his points back to 0, clean slate, fresh start. He picked up 12 more before the season ended. The final batch came in Abu Dhabi. He failed to follow the practice start procedure, something the stewards officially described as extremely dangerous. Lucky for him, it was the last race of the year, so technically he avoided a second ban. But let's be clear about what actually happened here. Mahavir Raghunathan accumulated enough penalty points to get banned, got banned, had his points reset, then accumulated enough penalty points to get banned again, all in one season. 12 rounds, 24 penalty points total, an average of 2 per weekend. No driver in F2 history has come close to this. Most never will. It's genuinely impressive, in the worst possible way. After the 2019 season, Mahavir vanished. No races, no announcements, no social media drama, just silence. For almost 2 years, the motorsport world moved on. New champions were crowned, new disasters happened, the Lord faded into meme history, and then, in 2021, something impossible occurred. Alfa Romeo, an actual Formula One team, gave Mahavir Raghunathan a test drive. Not a simulator session, not a marketing stunt, a real test in a real F1 car at the Hungaroring, the C38, the same machinery Kimi Raikkonen and Antonio Giovinazzi raced, handed to a man who couldn't figure out a 3-point turn 2 years earlier. He shared the track that day with Théo Pourchaire, a genuine F2 title contender. The gap between them, almost 2 seconds. 2 seconds in testing is enormous. It's not, he's a bit rusty territory, it's, why is this person here territory? But somehow, this didn't close the door. In 2023, McLaren gave him a test too, the MCL35, their 2020 car, at Portimao, a track with elevation changes, high-speed corners, and very little room for error. Now McLaren isn't stupid. Zak Brown doesn't hand out F1 seat time for charity. So the rumours started swirling. Big money must have changed hands. Sponsors with deep pockets. The kind of funding that makes teams forget about lap times. Nothing confirmed, but nothing else makes sense either. Think about it. Hundreds of junior drivers spend years grinding through F3, F2 simulator work, hoping for even a sniff of an F1 car. They win races, they score podiums, they prove themselves over and over. Mahavir scored 1 point, got banned twice, became a global meme, and still got 2 F1 tests. The system isn't broken, it's just very, very flexible when money's involved. So where is Lord Mahavir now? Still racing, believe it or not. Italian GT, slower cars, smaller stakes, fewer opportunities to engage reverse 247 times in a single maneuver. Whether he's improved is anyone's guess. Whether he's still funded by mysterious sponsors is also anyone's guess. The man remains an enigma wrapped in penalty points. But here's what we do know. Mahavir Raghunathan had no business being in Formula 2. He had even less business sitting in an F1 car. Twice. His resume was a horror show. His pace was non-existent. His racecraft was a liability to everyone within a 3-corner radius. And yet doors kept opening. Meanwhile, there are drivers right now, talented, fast, battle-tested, who will never get a single F1 test. Not because they're not good enough, but because they don't have the backing. They don't have the check. Motorsport has always been expensive. Everyone knows that. But Mahavir's career is a reminder of just how far money can carry you. Even when talent can't. He didn't make it to F1. He probably never will. But he did leave a legacy. Not the kind you'd want. Not podiums or championships or heroic overtakes. Just memes, penalty points, and one legendary 3-point turn. Some drivers are remembered for being the best. Mahavir will be remembered for being the worst. And honestly, that's its own kind of immortality. If you enjoyed this video, check out this next one from More Than Speed.